kind of questions, the definition was not clear at all. I wanted to know if we cover all the questions from number 1 to number 3 related about understanding details. Thank you, Valentina, for confirming this. So remember, what it's an indicator that an structure is built man-made. Based on what? Valentina?
Straight lines.
Excellent. I think Alejandro said this answer, yes? Last session, straight lines. Very good, Valentina, you remember this. Okay, and the second question, it says, what the team discovered in order to say that that is not the tomb of Genghis Khan? Based on what? Gia?
Because it is very old and it is made with bronze.
Excellent, no? That doesn't correspond, yes. What is the period of time of Genghis Khan? Very good. So you remember about this. And the last question says, what do you think motivate Lin, yes, to continue after this failure? Where it says, yes, why is Lin motivated by the discovery of the tomb? Valentina?
He thought he has a chance to discover it.
Yes, no? And based on this, I think he could do further and further investigations, yes? Guys, I don't know if you have searched more about this topic. No? About Albert Lin, about what he's doing, something further, what do you remember? No? Okay, doesn't matter. We are going to continue with today's session. Okay, finally, Fabricio, your camera fix it because you were a little time just waiting for the idea. Fabricio, my question is, are you having inconvenience at home with internet connection? Can you turn on your microphone because I need that Miss Erica that is taking the attendance.
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's why he entered, Miss Erica, a few minutes late, okay? But he was asking the permission, okay? Just in case, guys, remember, here we have people that continuously report about your behavior, your participation, the idea of following the rules, your attendance, if you are punctual, if you are not punctual, things like this, okay? Be careful with this because we are very, very close with this. Okay, so let's move on after viewing. Here we have an activity in which you are going to reflect your own perspective about Albert Lin. So you are going to write in exercise A, I'm going to call you one by one, and this is the imaginary situation. Remember, this is an imaginary situation. That's why we use conditionals. This is conditional number 2. If you were, so if you are not, so if you were, it's a hypothetical situation, okay guys? If you were able to interview, so to make question to Albert Lin, what question would you ask him? Interesting, no? Imagine you are in front of Albert Lin. Obviously, you are not going to tell him, hello, Albert Lin, what's your name? What's your favorite color? Things like this, no? So it's something related, no? Have you ever tried ceviche? No, come on, you are not going to ask these questions. Yes, yeah? It's not logical. So interesting question related about the topic we are discussing. Just in case, I will like to write on the whiteboard the right grammatically structure you must answer, you must respond, okay? So copy this in your text. Copy this in your text. So in exercise A, the answer is this. If I were able, no, is the question. If I were able to interview Alberline, yes, sorry, it's capital letter, yes. If I were able to interview Alberline, comma, no, it's a comma, what it goes there. I will ask this question. This is the right grammatically form to answer this question. And then you write the question. Okay? And then you put the question. Okay? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes in order to imagine the question you are going to write. But you have to respond like this. No? So imagine the teacher is calling you and says, okay, Pepito. Pepito answer, no? If I were able to interview Alberline, I will ask this question. And then you say the question, okay? So please copy. Valeria, do you have your text? Valeria, do you have your text?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Have you wrote? Okay. Yes. Okay, she said yes. De Alessandro, your text it's with you? Yes. Okay. Valeria, please, I need that you turn on the camera. Okay, thank you so much, sweetie. So I'm going to call one by one. Yes, probably one student said, Miss, I would like to ask not just one question, I would like 2 questions. So if you are going to ask 2 questions, you put the same, no? And then these with E, no? These questions, and then you put the 2. Okay. Let's start. Okay, let's start. So remember, I called you because I would like to grade about the participation orally in class. Just in case, guys, I don't know if your parents commented about the extra hour the school suggests for reinforce. It's 1 hour during the morning, and it's not taken by me. It's taken by another teacher. Yes, and it's supposed she's going to develop your communicative skills. So it's supposed there you are going to talk. Okay? Okay, so then when we have classes, you are going to take in advantage, no, that you are practicing, because the teacher there is not going to put you, no, she didn't pronounce well, no. She's going to guide you how to respond, how to use vocabulary, how to participate in the session, etc. The only teacher who put you grades, it's Miss Milagros, okay? But why is this course about? Is this course, it's a window, no? It's a door, I will say, and they give you the opportunity to practice orally, okay? So let's start with your question. Okay, let's start with Alejandra. Please, could you answer?
Yes, if I were able to interview Alberline, I will ask the teacher to the most difficult you have done in your career?
What is the most difficult, yes, part, no? Or the most difficult thing you have done during this career? Thank you, Alexandra. Alejandra. It's a great question, yes? Valentina, what about your question?
If I were able to interview Albert Lin, I would ask these questions. What or who inspired you to be an explorer? Or what other places do you want to go to examine or investigate? Why?
To examine why. Very good. It's an interesting question. Silvanita?
If I were able to interview Albert Lin, I would ask him this question. What would be your reaction if you find Genghis Khan tomb, and why?
What would be your reaction? For example, euphoric, no? If I were Albert Lin and if I found definitely this, I will feel euphoric, like, oh, finally, things like this, yes? Okay, let's go to continue. Mikala, what could be your question? Mikala, what could be your question? What could be your question that you have for Albert Lin? Nicola, can you move a little bit your camera down, please? Can you move your camera a little bit down? Yes, okay. What could be the question if you have the chance to ask Albert Lins? Okay, so probably she's having problems with the internet connection microphone. Yes, we are asking your participation, Michaela. I think she turned off the camera. Okay, let's see if she can continue later. All right, we're going to count the other participation. Okay, let's go into see. Valentino, what could be the question if you ask Alberlin?
If I will be able to interview Arlene, I will ask him that how difficult is traveling into other countries, and that because what I know is that he travels a lot to investigate.
How travel, yes. Okay, thank you. De Alessandro, what about you? What could be your question? De Alessandro? What it could be the question you will ask to Alberlin? Mr. Vasquez, are you listening and paying attention to the class? Yes, so what it could be the question you will ask Alberlin? Can you turn on your microphone because we cannot listen to you for your participation? Okay, don't worry. Okay, let's continue. Arturito, what could be the question you will ask Alberlin?
How important it is for you to find the Genghis Khan tomb?
How important, how crucial, no? It's the idea of looking for this tomb. Querita, what about you, Querita?
If I were able to interview Albert Lin, I would ask this question. When you began to be interested in the tomb of Genghis Khan and how you began to investigate about it.
Okay, thank you so much about this. Valeria.
Okay, if I were able to interview Albert Lin, I will ask this question. What motivates you to study this career, and if it was difficult for you to understand this career?
Thank you so much. Flavio.
Okay, if I were able to interview Albert Lin, I would ask this question that inspired him to solve this mystery.
Also, very good, Flavio. Alejandro.
If I were able to interview Albert Lin, I would ask these questions. How many tombs do you visit thinking that they are of Genghis Khan? And in what other projects do you use the crowdsourcing?
How many tombs have you visited, no? In order to look for the perfect tomb that is from Genghis Khan. So imagine how many of these, no? And what other projects, no? You are using these satellites. Very good, thank you, Alejandro. Gia.
If I were able to interview Albert Lin, I will ask this question. After that tragic accident when you lost your leg, did you think about putting aside your passion for exploration?
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. All right. So let's move on to the second part, that is interpreting. Okay, interpreting. So let's move on to the second part and then we are going to continue. Part B. This is an expression that says in the text, according to the project leader, Albert Lin, humans can often do this kind of work better than computer. What a computer can do is look for weird things, remember? What do you think Lin by this? What do you think Lin by this? What is your perception about this? How you interpret this? Aleska? Aleska? We are on part B. How you interpret this idea? Sebas, we continue with you. Sebastian, you raise your hand about part B. Yes.
That a computer can see things that from his point of or view he didn't see.
He didn't see. And why do you think computers can do this? Why the computer can do this? Why? Why not? Why a computer can see? Aleshka, now can you answer the question of part B? Okay, let's continue. Cielo, what is your perception about this of part B?
I hello? Yes, okay.
Yes, we are listening, yes.
I think it's because computers are programmed to search for things. Humans, in the other hand, think with their brain and recognize unusual and weird monuments and other stuff. One example, Lynn, from all the land, and they found a ancient tomb.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Silvanita?
I think that he means like computers can search for weird things because they just they are perfect, and but humans can do it because they are used to see errors on them, so it's easier for them to search weird things.
Yes, and as we mentioned before, what a human can have or acquire through life is instincts. Yes or no? I have this bunch in my heart. No, with this path, no. Or no, 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 better if we don't do this, no? Those are reactions of humans, so that computers can't. So that's why we said, no? So here we think that link means that the computer can make inferences or notice, yes, when things don't look natural as people. Remember, we have this in our perception about these situations, no? When somebody asks you and say, why you say no, 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 I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I am doing right or the situation is good in this moment. Okay, guys, we have with the next activity that is our productive part about this listening. This is what you are going to do in your copybook. Please take out your copybook. And we are going to continue with taking notes. Okay, in this case, you are going to elaborate a KWL chart about Genghis Khan. But Miss, what represents the letter KWL? K is for what I know about Genghis Khan. W, what I want to know about Genghis Khan. And L, things I learned about Genghis Khan. So for example, what I know, Miss, in the video I learned that he born in 1160, no? And you complete this area with all the information you remember. Here, you complete with questions, no? For example, how or what type of money he regulates, no? Things like this, I don't know. And here, you are going to complete with the research. Research. Means, what do you mean? You investigate more about Genghis Khan, and all the information you investigate, you have to complete in the last column. So I'm going to give you minutes to complete this. And please, this is a friendly reminder, don't forget my LT, listening comprehension. It's until today at 7 p.m. So we continue with this activity. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then you are going to dictate to me. You have to do it in your copybook. Aleska, are you using your copybook? Yes. Sebas, are you using your copybook? Yes, thank you. So remember, what is the first column? The first column is I write all the information I remember about Genghis Khan. Yeah, let's start with volunteers. Volunteer for what do you remember about Genghis Khan? Volunteer. Ajá, Cielito.
Had many wives, concubines, and children.
That is what you learn in the internet. Yes? From the internet, Cielito? That information is from the internet you selected? Where you found this information? I can listen, Cielito. Where you found this information about many children or many kids, you said? From internet? I think she collapsed. The internet. Okay, that's more. So here we got more information. Okay, apart from Cielo, who would like to participate? Valentina?
It can be he explored all towns.
Very good. The same. Thank you, Valentina. Thank you, Joaquina, also, no? You put that information. Arturito, what other information you want to include, Arturito?
He was the boss of the village.
Could you repeat, sweetie?
He was the boss of the village.
He was a leader.
He was the leader of the village, of the city.
Do you remember the city, the Mongolian city?
No.
Okay, what other information you remember? Other students, thank you, Arturo. All the information you have in the text, in the video, remember before? Yes. So, Maria Paz, what information you remember?
His original name is Temujin.
Original name is, and then you put it, okay? Kiarita.
He introduced a new alphabet.
A new alphabet. And
a new type of money.
Okay, thank you so much. So all this information, it's what I know from my book, no, from the things I learned. What I want to know is, for example, no, how tall, how big, how strong, no? What is the information you want to know about Genghis Khan? Volunteers? Okay, here we go. Silvana, what is the information you want to know about Genghis Khan?
How many kids did he have?
How many children? Yes. How many children? Very good. How many kids? Huh? or if he had daughters or sons, no? Thank you. Arturito, what is the question you want to know?
Where is his tomb?
Where is located his tomb? Okay, as well as Albert Lee. Okay, Sebas?
How is he die?
How, no? How did he die? It's a good question. Okay, guys. So here are these questions or things you want to know about Gengis Khan. In this column is the responses about these or things, more things you learn that we didn't talk in class. The last column, Monday, I'm going to ask you, what did you complete in the last column? So this is the information you obtain through Google, through your investigation. Miss, did you know that Genghis Khan, for example, I don't know, it's an example, had gray color of hair? No, I didn't know. Yeah, you see? I investigate this. No? That is the part where you put all this information that is new information based on your investigation. Okay, guys? So, have a nice weekend. We finish. Remember, we continue with tutoria. The link is in the web, and it's going to take the attendance of your participation today. So today I see that there are some students that were not present. So I'm going to take a proof. So the same students are going to be for tutoria, okay? So remember the link is in the web. So we are going to see you in a second. See you there.